La-da-dee-oh, la-da-dee-oh, oh, oh, oh. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, The Unpopular Party, hosted by me, Party Next Door. And today we are going to do just one big, gigantic season recap on JOSELIN'S Cabaret Season 4. Because I just feel like a lot of people, they don't watch sports. What they watch or consume on Sunday evening is Zeus Network. I feel like somebody has to come in and recap it play by play. Talk about their career highlights like they would do anybody else. And I guess that one person to put that cap on is me, since I was recapping at the beginning, but I stopped. So today we're gonna go through each girl, talk about the traits, the career highlight, overall, and give you my thoughts on the season as a whole. So sit back, relax, get your snacks, but before you do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys send my way. And let's get started with the JOSELIN'S Cabaret season recap. Pretend that's a whistle. So this season of JOSELIN'S Cabaret, we decided to go to the East Coast and we are setting it in New York. Amidst all the craziness and controversy that endured last season, it was able to survive another season. Now, did this season live up to par? We shall see. We did have a different element this season. We was gonna take some newbies, as well as some of the OGs from previous seasons come in and try to compete for an official spot in the cabaret. Especially that Floyd Mayweather performance that was happening in Miami. Now, the best way to pop off this season recap is to start off with two returnees that was from the previous season. Raven and Diamond. And I'm gonna group them in together because my thoughts is pretty much the same. I don't know if you guys remember, but do you remember when I was recapping last year and I just kind of said, you know, be careful? Because what's my infamous saying is never fun when the rabbit got the gun? Yeah, that's kind of what happened with Raven and Diamond. You know, they did so much at the end of the season 3 reunion, you know, fighting for JOSELIN, doing X, Y, and Z, only to come back for the next season feeling really high and mighty, thinking, oh, they was gonna own it. And it was kicked out the second episode. Diamond claims she left through the fact that she being pregnant, but Raven got dealt a bad hand. Everyone was pretty much embarrassed by someone that she was loyal to. You know, she's scrapping up and down with these girls, and how did she get repaid? JOSELIN choking her out and throwing her onto the ground.
So hold on. So when you got on the phone with me, I'm not doing this. No, you're not doing what?
I'm not doing this. You won. I'm not doing this, bro.
Tell the truth, though. I'm gonna slap you. If you don't tell the truth, I'm gonna slap you.
Why are you gonna slap me?
No, whatever you say. Say it to me.
Okay, whatever you
say.
Whatever you say.
And I feel like it's so crazy because the way reality TV works, it's not like you guys are coming up in a day and age when reality TV shows is rare. Literally everybody has a reality show, everybody has a network, and the fan base, the mindset is just so So they literally got kicked off and nobody really batted an eye. They moved on to the next, like an unfortunate situation, but unfortunately they realized it was nothing special about them. And I hope that's a learning lesson, especially for Raven. I don't think Diamond is really loyal to her as she say, especially her hugging JOSELIN at the reunion. Give them a 2 out of 10 and they get a point for coming back, at least during the season, but they didn't really stay long in the season to give them an accurate score, so 2 out of 10. Next up, we got my little whistle, Abby. Now, Abby was a young girl coming on the show, and she was making history as the first trans girl to be a part of the cabaret, but Abby said, I'm gonna get the gotta die. I think Abby thought process was, I just came to dance for y'all. That's it. Y'all fighting, y'all scrapping, y'all like doing all of this. Honestly, Abby, I just feel like you was on the wrong show, wrong network. It's not necessarily a race thing, it's just an energy thing. I feel like you're a person who has pure energy. You have naturally good energy. Your thing is you just want to be seen. Not seen in a bad way, but you probably feel like you have a personality meant for TV, and that's not necessarily bad. But you have to be careful what you sign on and associate yourself with, because you don't want to get lost in the shuffle and associate your good energy with a negative energy such as Zeus Network. Because you wasn't a bad watch, and I put down your career highlight. Her career highlight for me was when she was doing the impersonation for spins, and she was, you also had a vulnerable moment on TV that you revealed to JOSELIN that you was trans.
Look, apart from that, I'm a very professional individual. I'm easy to get along with, and I'm representing for an entire community.
Well, what's that community?
The trans community. I'm a transsexual. You didn't know this?
Yeah. I did not know that Abby used to be Abraham. She's so woman-like. Are you a man? Well, come here.
I'm a woman, JOSELIN. I was born.
I didn't
I
see
don't have a dick. I have a vagina.
Let me see.
That's tell us.
Not even that I had no idea what she was, because gossip is gossip. But I always have to see for myself. Besides the mental warfare that they go through in their mind, it's like when she showed me who she was, I felt her warfare in her mind. She showed me everything. I seen her cuts. She's cut everywhere.
I just want to be you and I support you. You hear me?
Be the only person that I picked tonight, and I'm not giving you favoritism because you used to be who you used to be and not who you are. I could give about that. And one thing about it, if you fight anybody, you go home.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
I feel like on a grander scheme, she has had to know. But we're gonna take it from a TV point of view. Abby, my advice, you know, go on like Big Brother or something like that. But don't let nothing reshape good energy you're trying to put out there. Because if you don't truly know yourself, it could be easily reshaped. And we're gonna talk about that with some of these girls I'm about to talk about. But just try to just stay true to yourself. I feel like you have a good knowing of yourself. Move with that and you'll be okay. But Abby, I gave you like a 4 out of 10 only because you left early and we really just didn't get to see much of you. Next person I'm gonna talk about, Spins. Now, I really feel like they didn't show really a lot of Spins potential. Spin from her IG, I was saying, she is a very talented girl. I don't understand why she didn't get a spot in the cabaret, but if you can do these type of tricks on the pole, I feel like, yeah, the cabaret is right up your alley. Spins throughout the season, we really just didn't get to see much of you, and I don't think that's your fault because that's really just reflecting your personality. You probably don't do too much, you probably just lay low, you probably just chill and be neutral, like you said. I don't think that's a bad thing, but her career highlight actually came at the end of the season, which was at the reunion. Now, Spins, Holiday, and Wet Wet was in a dressing room, and you know, they're getting ready for the reunion, so they probably didn't think it was much of it. They're in the room together. Spins and Holiday did get into it. Now, I'm gonna talk from Spins' point of view. Spins, hi Spins. I understand you was trying to address some stuff that you feel, but you took your shoes off.
But you have to understand, I heard you, but you did it more than once, you did it more than twice.
So address it.
Girl,
We won't make an anonymous
girl,
post
you-
on Instagram.
girl, you-
like, yo, when I see you, it's up.
Girl,
like, girl,
when I
address
see
it.
you, it's up.
I'm here.
Okay, hey, back up from doing her hair. So I'm gonna show you what's up. Cause you know what it is?
I feel like once you take your shoes off, all bets off. So Holiday did run up on you, but I just don't think Spins is a fighter. I think she was really just there to try to like show what she has. Unfortunately, you're on a network, it really don't care about the talents. You just really just care about, you know, miss. So I feel like she got dealt a bad hand, but I like Spins. Spins, I gave you a 6.5 out of 10. That's not bad. It's just, you know, hey. So Spins, not to get in your business, but I think you should really get into being like a pole dancer instructor. Your skill set and talent, I don't think that's a hard stretch. Matter of fact, I was really surprised when I went to your Instagram page and saw you wasn't one. Or maybe start like small in your community. That way you can get footage of how you would teach your classes and market it on social media. Ladies and people like to do stuff like that for their birthdays. You could easily do parties, birthday celebrations. In the age of virtualness, you can easily have people sign up for a virtual class. Maybe do like a girls and gays night with Spins. Even have to be like pole dance for people who don't have a pole in their house. It could easily be like an artist seduction class. I don't think you should solely rely on the cabaret, and right now with all eyes on you, I think, you know, this is the best time to at least attempt it and try. The worst thing that can happen is not work at all, but I think you got something there. Next on the list, we have Danny. Now, at the beginning of the season, I really thought Danny was funny. I thought she was likable. I thought she was charming, but I said, I'm not gonna, you know, we gonna see, because them usually be the ones that disappoint me. And yes, now Danny has some of the people cracking up all season just with her wittiness, her personality, and she was known for being the first person, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe she was the first one chose to be on the cabaret team for the Miami team of the newbies. I don't know, something like that. The girl was picked, but she was really funny. I really liked that, and I really liked how you did some crazy things. Like after that whole fight with Jocelyn and Lick, you put the girl wig on, you had the girl wig on installed in the confessional.
I'm gonna wear it. No.
I grabbed a wig.
What? Who does that? And I like the fact how you stood up for yourself against Natural, because you didn't like how she was talking to you. So they said, we finna nip that in the bud. I put down that your career highlight really was just your personality throughout the season. You always just kept them laughing, entertained, and you showed how bad you really wanted to be there. You got injured and your leg was messed up and all the other girls had to dance, you was crying. It really showed that you was really passionate about being there. But Danny. I ranked you higher, but unfortunately because of the actions at the reunion, I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, this is why I was disappointed, Danny. If you're not familiar to the show, we've seen this trend so many times. Jocelyn associated with people that she considered her minions, and she let them do her dirty work. We've seen this time and time again. From season 2 with Lexi Blow and Chanel, then it was Diamond and Raven and whoever. It just doesn't last, but it makes you look worse because you're doing all her dirty work. And I put down, I said, I don't know what has happened to you in your real life, but I feel like you finally feel like you're being accepted by a community. Not just any community, but a community and a family that you always yearn for. So you're the type of people, you're gonna do whatever. You're gonna hold them down 10 toes down, and that's not a bad trait to have, but you have to know who deserves that energy. Especially whatever relationship you have with your mother, because I noticed that you call Jocelyn your mom a lot.
Tell for mama.
I just want you to be careful because if Jocelyn can switch up on Raven, Chanel, Lexi, Sapphire, look, all these people, what makes you different? And that's not to drag you or diminish, but you have to really just sit and think, what can make me different? Does she like me because of what I can actually bring to the table? Or does she like me just because I'm simply just a yes man right now? She flew at the reunion, oh my God. You flew, you got wind. Danny, unfortunately because of that, I still liked you throughout the season. I feel like you had a really good, strong personality, but the reunion kind of knocked you down, so I'm gonna have to give you a 6 out of 10, Danny. I'm so sorry. And while we're already on the topic, let's go into the next person, Andrea. Andrea was the girl, she started off as the season. I thought she was gonna be like the next Judy, not necessarily the next Judy, because that's a big crown to put on somebody, but I thought she was gonna be centered around more controversy, if that makes sense, because the way she was introduced, she was the voodoo girl, and they didn't want her to have her voodoo doll in the house. It just seemed like the drama was being stirred in that aspect, but you kind of worked past that. Even though you had your moments like crying on the plane, I still think you proved that you could be a likable person, you know, before the reunion. I think a lot of the fans really vibe with you. You're a very naturally pretty girl, and I think one of your biggest highlights was being the fact that you was actually able to make it to the cabaret team, and you was actually able to perform in Miami. Say that you had your family and stuff there. You know, it was fun for you. But in a switch of like 2 episodes, I feel like you went from the cool voodoo girl to simply a send-out. You went from literally having no problems with anybody in the house that I could really just think of off the top of my head to, you know, fighting Lucky and Daisy at the reunion. It just seems like it really wasn't you fueled. It was more so somebody put the battery in your back and told you better do this, and you comply. And I think that turned a lot of the fans off. And you kind of get the same rating as Danny, like a 6 out of 10, because I did kind of enjoy you. I did kind of like you. But just seeing how you was switching up at the reunion and just looked like you wasn't even in control of your own mind. Like you was just in a trend being controlled by somebody else. I think that just turned a lot of people off. It's like on one hand, congratulations. Like you showed people like, hey, I got into a fight. But on the other hand, at what cost? Was it really worth it? So just be cautious, y'all. Next up, we got T-Love. Now, T-Love, I had really high impressions of T-Love from the beginning of the season, mainly because I loved her look. This nice brown skin, this blonde short hair. I was like, oh, she got the confidence right there. I think what started switching up for me is I thought she was gonna step, but she didn't really step. I think you already know what I'm about to refer to. The whole beef with Wet Wet. Now, from what they were saying, you was picking with Wet Wet. They said you was trying to talk about that girl. They said you was picking, and unfortunately, you got the butt of whatever happened because, you know, y'all got into it, y'all was talking, y'all into it or whatever, which was kind of like, if y'all didn't have this problem already, why now y'all trying to talk? But from your point of view, I get it. You was just trying to tell the girl, hey, just calm down. It just didn't work in your favor. And we're gonna talk more about that in the Wet Wet section. I get it, the floor was wet, it was slippery. However, the way it was thrown on TV, it made you look bad. However, even with that, I feel like you still had a good heart. I feel like you still moved with pretty good intentions. I feel like sometimes you may have got caught up in like maybe a mean girl persona, but I was really liking, you know, the friendship we was building with Egypt. And I feel like what really helped boost it up a little bit was at the reunion when I saw you just talk so passionately. And I was like, okay, well, I see where she's coming from. Me and Wet Wet, we had our issues, but afterwards, we didn't have no beef. And now you want to walk around and put my picture off, call me Little Bill, but you just called me when I had this tragedy. You know, you had every right to be pissed and upset, so I don't fault you or blame you for that. And I can just hear the hurt and compassion in your voice. I was like, oh yeah, wait, she not lying. But I honestly would like to say your career highlight to me just had to be your confessional looks. I think you ate every confessional look you had. Maybe that's just me being biased. You just have a beautiful look. You was a baddie. I'm gonna tell you, you was a baddie. Yeah, so I feel like my overall rating for you would probably be like a 6.5 out of 10. The little situation at the beginning was like, but I feel like you redeemed yourself in my book. The next person that we have is Egypt. Egypt was most known this season, well, going viral for that Tik Tok where Jocelyn was like, where is your hair?
I'm alopecia survivor.
You was what?
I got alopecia, so my hair just falls out.
You're still pretty. Put your hand back on.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Alopecia? Bitch, where's your hair?
It turned out that she had alopecia, and it's more to Egypt's story than meets the eye. She's been to jail for actually offing somebody, but it was due to her being a domestic abuse survivor. So I'm not gonna touch on her story, it's much more to that. But I think with Miss Egypt, she's one of the people, she's quiet, but she can get active. For the first half of the show, she was pretty much, you know, to herself and into that situation with Daisy, where she was like, And honestly, I feel like that was your career highlight to a certain extent because that altercation with Daisy was seen by so many, and you know, you did end up sending the girl to the hospital and she had to get stitches. But I do feel like from your point of view, from your lens, looking from your lens, you didn't have to hit that girl. You know, kind of fast forward. A PR officer could be looking at this, you know, I don't want you to go back to jail. But what I do like is no matter what, even if you was cool with T-Love or not, you let it be known. You was like, hey T, you was messing with her and you got what you was looking for. I like how you really wasn't biased and how you was trying to uplift people for the most part. It may have got lost in translation, but for the people who you really vibe with, I feel like you was trying to help them out. You weren't trying to help my girl Wet Wet. That girl was having a whole moment and you was just talking about her in the confessional, saying her breath stank. But you was kind of there for Holiday in a sense, but I feel like you was there for Holiday because you just downstairs a little stimulated. Then you end up having you a little something with Natural. So Egypt, I don't think you was a bad individual or person on the show per se. Beautiful smile. Oh my, you have a beautiful smile. In Egypt, I'm gonna give you like a 6.7 out of 10. Next up, we have Precious. Precious was the girl who used to do that trick with the fire coming out her head. Precious was the girl, the girls wanted her. They was like, they'll fall for anybody, it'll be for Precious. And I think one of your career highlight has to be, I can't show it, but the episode when they was doing the watch party and you just had your bodysuit on, your birthday suit. I think that was one of your defining moments. But I think one of the thing about you, you was just in it on your principles and on your business, as the kids would say. You know, she was caught up with this little situation with Holiday. Holiday loved her. I'm not gonna say loved her, but her and Holiday used to have a thing. They was, And they got into the house, they was sleeping in the bed, but Precious was kind of like, I have a girl. From Precious' point of view, Precious was like, we here, we'll share a bed because we know each other, but you know what it is, I got a girl, don't act surprised.
I still have a whole girlfriend. I have a whole girlfriend. I got it. And I told you, my girl said at the end of the day, I could still get to do what the I want to do. But yet it's still, you're not gonna come to me like you just saw me and it's like, oh, we back to the same thing. No, I told you at the end of the day, I'm gonna feel comfortable when I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with what the fuck happened the other day, what was said, and that was that. I put you on punishment, now I just gave you a kiss, now it's, oh, you not my girl, so calm down. That's how I feel.
And I think Precious was doing the thing with Holiday just to show her like, you know, you be trying to talk about me, but I can get it from you whenever I want to. I thought it was nice how at the reunion you brought everybody a gift because I was like, okay, she's standing on her business. I think it was like a mold or whatever of her. But you know, you gave Holiday a clown suit and I was like, oh, okay, wow.
What? You ain't pressure. I'm gonna show you how much I'm pressured. The next 2 days, guess who begged to eat my You did, and I sure enough sat this in that face. Sure enough did.
The Pressure was pretty neutral. She really didn't get into no mess like that unless it was with Holiday. She's straight in my books. I'm gonna give her like a 7 out of 10. She was alright. Next up, we have Holiday. Holiday definitely has a personality. I feel like she has a good heart for the most part. She's just very emotional. But the thing that she always talked about is that she manifested being on the Cabaret. She kept saying that I manifested to get here. Although she did not make the Cabaret, she still enjoyed her time there. And she was able to get vulnerable with the viewers. She talked about how she was charged with a drunk driving incident that took the life of somebody. So it's a lot of people in this cast that has a body. Oh, I don't know.
2015, I was working at King of Diamonds and I left out the parking lot and I was just moving too fast. But I'm trying to get to my ex to rekindle our relationship. All I remember is just when I opened my eyes, the car ran into a pole, like, you know, the lamp pole. I didn't know that somebody was hurt. I didn't know that I had hit a person at all. Somebody lost their life. And I was ready to take whatever consequences came with that. That's why I turned myself in.
Basically, she hit somebody with her car and the person died.
But I'm gonna talk about the Holiday and Precious situation a little bit more through her point of view because let me just say this. Argument when Holiday had with Precious, that's so me, Cody. Because when she had got a little something on her sister, was going back and forth with Precious, she was like, look, you know how I care about you, you know how I feel about you, but it's up to you. I'm not finna whatever. And Precious was like, it is what it is. Holiday was like, okay, girl, I don't care, bye. I sat on that couch, I said, she about to cry. She about to cry. In the next scene when she was like, bro, this shit ain't no sense. I said, that's so me.
That shit is so whack.
That's literally some stuff I would do. Holiday, I felt you in that, but you know, Holiday had some demons she had to tap. You know, she claimed she had a drinking problem, but I still saw she was drinking. I would say her career highlight would have to be that argument and fight with Spence because even though Spence kept saying I got her, Holiday, you did kind of get the upper hand on her. But like I said earlier, she took her shoes off, hey. But I feel like, you know, you ain't have to fight that girl. I don't think y'all situation was that deep to fight. And then Precious said, I bet you won't run up on me. I feel But you know, you might go run up on Precious because that's what's a lover's core. Let the cast tell us she do be lying. However, Holiday was definitely a personality on the show, so I think because of her personality and what she brought to the show, I'll give her a 7 out of 10 as well. Don't jump me in the comment section for these ratings. It's really on the fly. That's enough of the newbies. Now let's get into our OGs. The first OG I want to touch on is Miss Natural. So Miss Natural came here with a clear-cut mission. She wanted to dance and she wanted to get her lick back with Yummy.
You're still mad.
I feel like this time around we saw a different Natural from the one we saw from the first go round because I feel like it's just that energy in the air. You know, you talked all this mess and was like, I'll never be part of the cabaret and we back. What I think it is when she kept saying she's never saying I manifest to get here. I think she wasn't necessarily manifesting to get back on the cabaret, but more so manifesting an opportunity. Because you know, girls they go on zoos and they think they about to really pop off, but the checks and the money is not flowing in like it used to. You gotta figure out something. What's the next best thing? You gotta go back to where you said I wouldn't go back to. So I feel like with her going back, it was like, but she did finally get her lick back with Yummy. But I feel like her and Yummy had no issues like that for real. I feel like that was just for the cameras. You saw at the reunion, she was, I ain't got no issue with Yummy. They probably was, but I don't think her and Yummy had an issue like that. But I will say that was her career highlight, getting her lick back from Yummy. But I just feel it was a different Natural. I can't put my finger on it. It was something about her. I feel like she was there strictly on business. I'm here to dance, and that's here. It was more business minded, and to that I can respect it. I feel like they was trying to paint the narrative as if she was bullying Andrea and Danny, which I don't think she was bullying them. It's just, like I said, it was a different Natural. With that, just because of the simple fact, it's still a part of me that still likes season 2 Natural. I'm gonna give her a 7.6 out of 10, but if y'all fall out again, I don't wanna hear it, which leads me to my next person, Daisy. Now, Daisy is an OG, and she's from the JOSELIN'S Cabaret first season, Miami days. To see her coming back, it was kind of like, oh, okay, welcome back. But I feel like she came back to the show once again. The checks wasn't flowing. Maybe not the checks wasn't flowing, she just wanted clout. She just wanted to be seen. Nobody was really talking about her like as much, so why not go back on Zeus? And when it comes down to that standpoint, it's kind of hard for me to feel sorry for you in the sense of, you know, when you're saying JOSELIN'S being mean to you, well, why go back on the show, love? You could have avoided all this just staying where you was there because nobody was just checking on you. Nobody was just like, bring Daisy back. And she couldn't even dance. She never made the dance, whatever. Now with Daisy, she did get into a big scuffle with Egypt. And like I stated, Egypt didn't have to hit that girl. But I feel like the most defining moment for me was the meme. You probably don't know, but she was... That dude lived rent-free in my head. But yeah, Daisy, she got into all this stuff at the reunion and just saying how Jocelyn don't like her. Now, I will say she held her own with the whole brawl with Danny and Andrea because that wasn't necessary. But like I said, Daisy, you just didn't have to go back. If Jocelyn is that bad of a person, why are y'all continuously going back onto her platform from one hand? But Daisy, I honestly feel like your career highlight wasn't even on the show. Your career highlight was post-show because what the fuck is I doing, cha-cha?
What the fuck is I doing, cha-cha?
Like, why did you put that diss song out? What did you expect to happen? I did not want to like it, but it grew on me. But Daisy, I'm gonna have to give you a 5.5 out of 10. It's just, you didn't stand out to me that much this season. Next up, it's your girl, Miss Wet, baby. Wet was feeling herself this season. However, Wet was a returnee that kind of made sense. But the people liked her or disliked her. She kept us entertained in some aspect. Because Wet is just authentically herself.
Can we turn up a little bit?
No, bitch. Straight to the point. If you could do it, I'm gonna let you dance. If you can't do it, then you're not gonna.
I don't know the whole thing.
What that bitch? Why we doing it?
Because I'm showing you.
You're going the wrong way.
Wait, you got it.
And I feel like Wet tried to show us different layers to us this season, you know? She had a vulnerable moment with Egypt, even though it wasn't received to Egypt, but she was just stating a lot how she struggled in life and just trying to get her foot in the door. We saw her cry more. We also saw her reveal a lot of stuff in 2 Truths and a Lie.
I didn't know who my baby daddy was. Okay. I had sex with a in the back of his house while his baby mama was sleeping on the couch, and I got it last year.
What was this? She made a baby father or something like that. I don't know, Wet, but I will say you already know what I feel like your career highlight is. Baby, that spin around, that dunchacha around the ball. I was just like, Wet. Not only did she spin around once, but she came back again twice. It's like, I have to stand, because it's like, y'all keep saying y'all gonna whoop Wet, but Wet been holding it down since season 3. Now, Wet, I will say, you kind of was feeling yourself this season. You kind of was letting the cloud get to your head just a tad bit. Because, you know, at the reunion, I do feel like you was looking for a moment with this headpiece on.
I could never be mad. I'm the star of season 3 and motherfucker.
And then, you know, walking around, putting the T-Love pitch out there, calling her little bill, even though it's entertaining. If y'all ain't had no issue like that, you ain't have to do that girl like that.
Push it on the ground. We delivering. Special delivery. Special delivery, chunky wet. Special delivery, chunky wet. Special delivery.
Well, it was still entertaining. I can give it like an 8 out of 10. I could be a little biased with that, but what would a season would have been without Wet Wet? You know, just think about it like from that aspect. Next up, we got what she said? Yummy.
Hey Alex, pero me conoces como Yummy P, the MVP of Jocelyn's Cabaret.
I feel like Yummy came on this show thinking that everybody was just gonna automatically be on her side. She saw nobody on her side like that. No, they was more so natural. However, Yummy was picked to be a part of the performance in Miami, and she came back this season just wigs, braces, and a new dude. However, Yummy's funny in the sense of like, you're not trying to be funny, you're just crazy, but it's funny. Now, she did finally finish this beef with Natural. I'm gonna call back up to you, Yummy, because you didn't think you was gonna ever see Natural again. You saw her. You tried to act scared and pull a Dream Girls, flip the wig. I will say one of your career highlights would probably have to be your fight with Wet Wet, because you know, both of y'all gave it up and you held your own.
Girl, I don't care. Oh, please. Yeah, I said hit somebody with a hill. And that's crazy. You just like I reach up and hit you with the motherfucking bottle. What?
Now at the reunion, I ain't like how you were jumping in. You could say you wasn't jumping in, you was jumping in. But I feel like Yummy's just one of them people who moved to the beat of her own drum. So I really ain't got that much to say about Yummy. I guess we'll give her a 7 out of 10. Last but not least, we have Lucky. Now, Lucky, I do say you shouldn't have came back, because Lucky is another one that was an OG from season 1. But I feel like this whole Jocelyn being mean to me storyline is getting played out, especially when you consider the fact you did not have to come back onto this platform. And I'm gonna keep saying that because after season 2, when she disrespected y'all, she did what she did, you guys said we're leaving, we're not coming back. Which I was like, yeah, leave. And then you not only did you left, but you was able to go to another platform, now that's TV, and make your own name for yourself. Y'all was doing your own show. It just didn't make sense, personality-wise, or just storyline-wise, for you to come back to a platform where a woman was mistreating you, just purposely embarrassed you throughout the time you was there.
When I get up here, y'all go show me what y'all got. Yeah. Look, why you looking like that? I'm looking at you. Go home right now, shut up, bitch, because I'll fight you. I'll come down here and start.
It didn't make sense to see you bowing down to her and just like bringing her all this stuff.
Did you come here to get slapped by me tonight? No, ma'am. You would love for me to slap you, and I'm not, because I think you want my 5 fingers on your pretty face.
I just want to apologize for everything, and I want to tell you, like, I want this so bad, Jocelyn.
What you want to apologize for?
Just everything, all the beef, all the drama.
What beef? I don't, bitch. The only beef I
reunion.
eat. The only beef I eat is cold beef. What's in here?
I bought it again.
What you got up in here? You come up in here like you could just address me, bitch. I could put 1 pressure point on you and break. You don't think I could do that? I did it to Raven the other day, the first day. Why are you standing there like that's what you want, my nigga? Like, why you doing that, dog?
Showering her with gift, feeding her ego for what? I understand you probably went on that show just for maybe exposure, clout, money, but I still feel like in the long run, it didn't benefit you at all. I feel like it lowered your stock and made you look worse. And Lucky, I'm gonna be harsh with you because I do like you. I always thought she was probably just a sweet girl that just got done a bad hand, if that makes sense. But there's only so many times I can hear you say, she's being mean to me, she's being mean to me, before it starts sounding like the boy who cried wolf. It's like, okay, well, why are you bad? And then I understand you staying loyal to Big Legs during that whole situation, but it's like, if you really her friend, why did you even go back onto the platform in the first place? I feel like all Lucky was dealt with was embarrassment since she got on the show, and I don't like that for her. So, but I will say, your career highlight would have to be the reunion, because you held your own when them girls were trying to come at you with a problem. I don't think that was handled right at all. So I would say that's your career highlight. So because of that, it bumps you up. But I have to give you a 5 out of 10, only because you're better than this. I feel if you really market it right, you really could create your own lane. You just gotta work with the tools and hands you're dealt with. And finally, let's get into none other than the creator herself, Miss Jocelyn Hernandez. Look, this is all I'm gonna say about Jocelyn. It's like, I get it. You manifested this, you created it. This is your brand. This is your empire. But I feel like that means nothing. We're gonna continue to treat it like you're just the tyrant or something. Like, we get it. You created it. Do you wanna step into a boss mode, or do you wanna step into someone who needs to stay behind kids 24/7? And that's what Jocelyn reminds me of. She reminds me of like a narcissist. And you have to understand, a lot of narcissistic people are just insecure people. I know they say narcissists think highly of themselves, but it's really like a double entendre. They don't really think highly of themselves. So they need to associate and surround themselves themselves with like minions or surround themselves with people who don't intimidate them in order to thrive because they're really insecure people. And that's what Jocelyn reminded me of. Why is it that you can't just stand on your own? Why do you always have to have yes men around you, fighting your battles, kissing your behind, telling you doing a good job? If you know that you're building a platform, you know that you're building whatever, you should automatically know that. You should be able to handle your battles like a big girl. And yes, of course, deal with your employees accordingly, but you don't want employees, you want slaves. Like, I would give you that. You have came a long way with this whole cabaret thing, but you're just looking for girls to bow down to you like you're just the empress, and that's just unrealistic. And I would give you that. It's your show, and if you that bad of a person, why are they still coming back? But I still feel like you have to give respect in order to get respect. Like you stated, you're a grown woman with kids. Same with them. They shouldn't feel disrespected.
I speaking to their mother senior. Yeah. Why the is she talking to me a certain type of way, bitch? I'm this old, no, that. I'm a lot of his senior. I've been doing this shit for 15 years. And this come on my stage and disrespect mother me. Are you crazy? And I gotta sit back there and listen to what the telling me, but I put you down.
Yeah, you should want to feel appreciative for giving people an opportunity, but if it's genuine, you wouldn't have to always throw it back in their face. It's like, it's not like you're out here just Mother Teresa. You're not just blessing them in a life-changing way. You're secretly enabling them to make a fool out of themselves to make you more money. And then it's like, let's be mindful how you got your start, Jocelyn. You got your start being an aggressive side chick, and the majority of the people watching can do the same thing you did. However, it's a blessing that you were able to thrive and create this empire, create, you know, this industry that you're in, but it's never gonna be able to fully reach the heights that you would like it to see because your loyalty has an expiration date on it. You know, Jocelyn, you're loyal to nobody but yourself, and like to keep an empire thriving, you have to also keep the dynasty happy as well. And I feel like you do that by having healthy boundaries. Plus, half these women that go on these shows, they be broken women or coming from a broken family, and they lean into you as a way out, as an opportunity. A lot of these women look up to you because you are a role model to them. You was a stripper and you made a way out. So a lot of them, they want to learn from you. They want to like be like you. They admire you. It's not fair to just string them along and know their vulnerability. Be there for them, help them out, but then at the drop of a dime, when your emotion is left, you drop them like a bad habit. I don't know, I think that's weird. That's like, what, Stockholm syndrome, something like that. I don't know. But overall, I feel like the season was mid, but it did not have to be because each of the girls on here was entertaining, but it low-key felt like it was just drag. Like, y'all only filmed for 2 days and we're trying to stretch 2 days of filming into 10 episodes. We didn't really get to highlight a lot of these women talents, in which a lot of them are talented in their own regards in the strip club, but we really didn't see that. We saw them dance, but I feel like the anticipation was trying to get ready for the Mayweather performance. That happened, and after that, it was kind of like, what now? But I think, honestly, Jocelyn's Cabaret has honestly reached its peak. And I think the stuff they should be filming now when they on the road, they don't film that. So I really don't know what else, what other dynamic can they introduce for season 5. We just saw the OGs come back. We see the same storyline. Jocelyn is mean to me, but somehow I'm back on the show because rent is due. We see the same people start off as nobodies, become minions, then be mad next season because they drop like a bad habit. What else could we see? So I don't know. The season was in, but let's get into these superlatives that y'all voted for. And before y'all say anything, this is what y'all voted for, okay? But I thought it'd be something different. Like, you know how at the end of high school you have superlatives and stuff? Thought it'd be cool to add that element. First, we're gonna get into rookie of the season. Now, rookie of the season is the person who's the newbie on the show, and y'all voted all night. So the winner of rookie of the year is Egypt! Congratulations to you, Egypt. You are the Unpopular Party Rookie of the Year. That's a big award. That's a big accomplishment. I will mail you the trophy. DM me. I'm so serious. Some of y'all did say none of them, but that's a different story. As far as OG of the season, now y'all really voted for this one. Y'all, a lot of people voted for this category, but it was one person that got the most votes. So the winner of OG of the season is Lucky! You got lucky, I'm just playing. Congratulations, Lucky, you are the Unpopular Party OG of the Year. DM me, I will mail you your award. I'm so serious. Now, a word of advice to all the girls that was just on Jocelyn's Cabaret. Look, right now, like I stated earlier, y'all are not coming up in the age where reality TV was a big thing. It's kind of like, but you have the upper hand. You're on a platform where a lot of people is viewing Zeus Network. Now that the season is a wrap, it's up to you to make a name for yourself. It is up to you to do something with these 15 minutes of fame that you got. 15 15 minutes of clout, I shall say. Y'all need to look into trying to start a business. You need to try to go on podcasts. You need to try to do interviews, start a YouTube channel, put your side of things out there, what really happened, whatever. You need to try to find a way to turn your name into a brand. Because we see so many of these girls come on Zeus Network and we talk about them for a couple weeks, but then after that, we don't hear from them. We look up and they're back at square one, still doing the same stuff. You know, get your bookings, save your money, and try to connect and hold the attention span of the newfound fans that you have. If you want to continue to taint your reputation and stock, well, hey, by all means, continue to go back onto the show season after season and do the same thing, but eventually it gets old. Try to find a way to merge the creativity of your personality, your stripping world, and the Zeus world into one and reflect that upon your niche. I want to see all you guys win, and I wish you all nothing but the best. All right, Shama, that was the Joselin'S Cabaret season recap. What do you guys think? Put in the comment section below. What do you guys think of my ratings? Do you agree with them? Do you not agree with them? And what did you think of the season? Did you like it? Did you dislike? Let me hear all that in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.